We're going to do something a little different tonight. Some of you may have heard of it. I saw it on a forum post a couple of years ago, and the original poster dubbed it vacuum sniping. And basically, you just get you a little bucket. I take a small bucket that I can hold in one hand, and then I use a mud knife. And you find these vacuums in car washes. If they're not locked, you can open them up and just scrape the contents out into your little bucket. And then I carry a 5-gallon bucket in the back of the truck, and then I just dump this into the 5-gallon bucket. You can also find those, most of the car washes around here, almost all of them, the vacuums are locked. So I've got a little route set up of a few vacuums. I think there's like 4 or 5 on my little route, and they're all those single vacuums that are at the edge of the parking lots where the air pumps are on those little convenience stores at those mom and pop gas stations. Now a couple of mine, they don't lock them, they just put a black zip tie on them. I guess it's just one company servicing several vacuums, so I just snip them off, empty them, and then re-zip tie them. So I have to carry that. You may not need that stuff, but one thing you want to do is wear gloves. Because out of all the nasty treasure hunting we do and the, getting dirty and all that, I would say vacuum sniping is probably top tier nastiness. You've got chewed up sunflower seeds, fingernail clippings, you got bubble gum and hair and boogers, and you just never know what you're going to find in there. And you wear the gloves for the sharps because you don't want to get stuck by a needle, so definitely wear gloves when you're emptying these things because you will find needles in these vacuums. So I'm going to take my little bucket, I got my scraper, got some gloves, I got my zip ties, and we're going to head out and run my little route that I have. And then we'll get back and we'll sift this, wash it, run it through the screens, and just, never know what you're going to find. Somebody could accidentally vacuumed up a ring or a piece of jewelry. It hadn't happened to me yet, but I've read other posts where people have found some good jewelry vacuum sniping. I don't know if y'all can see this, but you just pull up like you're vacuuming your vehicle, but instead of making a deposit, you're making a withdrawal. And I just kind of park where my truck kind of blocks the view of, we're not really vacuuming, so we'll just block it just in case somebody might raise hell, I don't know. Well, tonight was a bust on vacuum sniping. Everything was working against me. Like I said, I have a little route set up of about 5 vacuums that are real close. I can run through and do them in just a matter of a few minutes. 2 of those vacuums have been switched out with brand new units, and that's great because those 2 vacuums in particular were beat up and their doors didn't work, their latches were hard to latch. And the 2 vacuums I was mentioning that have the black zip ties, those have been switched out, and they now have these weird, everything that has moving parts is covered by a big plate, and they have an actual key, not a lock. They're like a key that unlocks this plate. You slide the plate off and then you can get to everything. So them 2 I won't be able to ever do again. And then one of my other favorite vacuums, because a lot of people use it, somebody broke the latch and whoever services it used self-tapping screws and just screwed the door shut. So if I want to do that one, I'm going to have to take a drill driver, open it with the drill driver, scoop it and put it all back. I don't know if I want to get into all that. So basically we got the contents of like 1 vacuum, because the other new one is in a real sketchy part of town, and when I pulled up the door was already open on it and a bunch of riffraff hanging out around this old mom and pop convenience store. As soon as I get out, they're all eyeballing me like, what's this guy doing? And I went over to that vacuum and the whole thing is full of busted window glass. Like somebody's car probably got broke into over and they vacuumed up all the glass. And I didn't want to spend the time to scoop all that glass out into the bucket and just to get down to the good stuff while all these hoodlums are eyeballing me. So anyway, we got a little bit of stuff. We're going to dump it. We're going to dump the contents of our bucket into these classifiers, rinse it real good, and get some of the nastiness washed out. It don't look like there's going to be anything, but usually there's quite a bit of change in here. I know it's dark out here. That's something else you always find. Almost every single time you go, you're going to get a bunch of chewed up sunflower seeds. Get out of there, dog. That's nasty. This is like this is the grossest type of hunting I think that we do. I'm already seeing something. Looks like a coin stuck to a piece of tape. Let me do some cleaning on this stuff and get some of the really gross stuff out of the way first, and then when it's kind of clean, I'll dump it out on the shop table and we'll sort through it. So I had to get my cheaters on here. This is the screen, and I usually go through this just in case there's some really small stuff that would go through a 1/4 inch, because you never know, somebody might lose a setting out of their ring. We'll just kind of poke around here for a minute. If we don't really find anything, I'll just dump this out and go through it real quick off camera. Got a paper clip, a lock washer, oh, got an earring. No way, dude, look at that. Oh, got a little, I'm sure it's fake. It looks fake through the camera. Let me get this thing out here. I don't want to touch it. I don't have my gloves on. This stuff's nasty, but I'm pretty sure that is, if it'll focus. Nah, it won't focus. I'm using my cell phone because I can normally get closer than that GoPro. It's like a little heart earring. So that's the first earring I found out of doing this. And I've done this, you know, probably 5 or 6 times. Usually get a bunch of change. Did you see that? Did y'all see that BB? There's a snail shell in here. Oh, what's this shininess? Oh, we got another little stone. I know that's fake because it's got a flat back on it. You can see that. Well, we'll set it over here with the earring. Now remember, this is 1 vacuum out of 5. Normally I hit 5. This is just 1 vacuum. Here's I think this is the back. Can y'all see that? The back to an earring. If I can get it. I could put on rubber gloves, but then I'm just going to be cluttering up your view. So we got some kind of little pin back or an earring back. No, it's going to be an earring. It matches that, kind of like this gold one here. Okay, what else we got in this little bucket? This stinks. It smells like stale food. Nasty. I don't know what this is. Little piece of plastic. That tiny button. Won't focus. Get down here. Okay, so we got a button, an earring, a fake stone, and a back. So far, oop, there's a French fry. Ooh, what's this? What do y'all think that is? NyQuil? Whoops, it's gone now. Look like a NyQuil gel cap. No wonder people drive like crap, running around taking NyQuil, trying to drive. I'm just gonna run through this real quick and then I'll turn the camera off. I don't want to bore y'all, and I'll go through it a little better, and then we'll get to the big bucket. Flaming hot Cheetos, almonds. There's a good machine screw. Little rubber cap to something. Is this another earring back? It is. I've never found this many earring parts, and I haven't even found an earring yet. This is the first time. I really wish I could have got that one vacuum cleaned out that was full of windshield glass. It was full. There's no telling what was in that, man. It was in a shady part of town, so we might have got a gold grill out of that thing. Here's something. Looks like another earring. Maybe this person that vacuumed this car was a jeweler. I've seriously never found any earrings, and now we just found a bunch of earring parts and one earring. So I'm gonna go through this better, and then we're gonna get to this bucket. We're gonna go through the big stuff now, and I'm gonna switch back to the GoPro because this stuff's big enough you should be able to see it. So we're just gonna dump this out onto the tray here. Filter through it. I already see lots of change. The wrappers, salt packets. Okay, so we have French fries. Got some, oh my God, what is that? I don't even want to know what that is. Okay, got us a penny. Another penny, more fries. Pennies. We'll get the coins out later. Those are boring. Look at all that nastiness. Ugh. Lots of change in this one. Just pulled the nasty hairball to the side for now. I'm just gonna run through this real quick and see if we can. Ooh, that's Starburst? Yeah, ooh, that's still wrapped. Save that for later. Those Starbursts are good. Well, I'm not seeing any jewelry right off the bat. We got some coins. I'll sort through this, grab the coins out. Make sure there's no necklace chains hung up in this hairball, and then we'll get us a tally, get us a count, see what we got. Okay, here's what we ended up with from one vacuum. I wish we could have got that other one that was so full, but I'd have probably ended up getting my truck hijacked out from under me. Got 19 pennies and one wheat penny, unbelievably. Can't believe it. I really didn't think to find a wheat penny in a vacuum, but it happened. 3 dimes, 2 nickels. You just can't escape the pull tabs. So we got some scrap metal for the scrap bucket. I don't know what this is. It's a little tiny comb. It mounts on something. It's probably something nasty like a nose hair trimmer, and I'm touching it. Did get 1, 2, 3 earring backs, a little fake stone, which is kind of cool because that does remind you that it could have been real. It'd be nice to find an emerald that size. A little tiny button, and then here's our earring. It definitely looks fake now that I got it cleaned up. But still, that's pretty cool. Got 1 Starburst still wrapped, so if anybody wants that, let me know. I really like strawberry, or that might be, yeah, strawberry. I'll let you have it, since you're subscribing to the channel. Y'all are worth it. So that's it. Vacuum Sniping 101. Although I think you're doing the vacuum vendors a favor by cleaning their cans out for them, I would keep it discreet because you know how people are these days. Always trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. So just keep it on the down low, and I don't think you'll have any trouble. And there is really no telling what you can find. If you can stomach the nastiness, you could, if you kept doing this, you could really score. I did read one post where there was a diamond tennis bracelet found. That's what got me all pumped up. So anyway, no diamond tennis bracelets tonight. Did get my first earring. I always get changed, lots of it. That stone could have been real, but it's not. So anyway, there you have it.